Issuer: United States * Ruling Authority, Federal Republic. 1776 Date type Standard Circulation Coins. Years 1971 to 2025 * Value $1/2 equals 50 cents. 1/2 USD equals PKR 142 Currency dollar. 1785 Date * Copper clad copper. 91.67% copper. 2.15 shaped round technique milled * orientation. Coin alignment number N#6918 help references KM#202B. A 202B Shen #203B. A 202B, one obverse portrait of John F. Kennedy to the left and the date below *. Script, Latin lettering, Liberty GR In God We Trust, D 2023 * Engraver. Gilroy Roberts designer. Gilroy Roberts reverse * modified presidential seal of the United States of America, a shield with vertical stripes on the chest of an American bald eagle. The eagle holds an olive branch in its right talon and a bundle of 13 arrows in its left talon and a scroll with E pluribus unum in its beak, a ka. A circle of 50 stars surrounds the eagle. * Script, Latin lettering, United States of America *E, a curibus, unum, F G $half * translation, out of many. 1 Engraver, Frank Gasparo designer. Frank Gasparo Edge readed $$ Kennedy $half. Obverse copyright Cyrilius Mintz, * United States Mint of Philadelphia. United States 1792 Date * D United States Mint of Denver, United States. 1906 Date * P United States Mint of Philadelphia. United States 1792 Date * S United States Mint of San Francisco. United States 1854 Date * the 1971 D Kennedy half dollar is a coin minted in Denver with a denomination of 50 cents. It is made of a copper nickel clad copper composition and features a portrait of John F. Kennedy on the obverse and the presidential seal on the reverse. This coin is part of the Kennedy $half series, which began in 1964. The D Mint mark indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint. * Key. Features of the 1971 D Kennedy $half * denomination. $half, 50 cents, year 1971, mint. Denver D Mint mark, * copper nickel clad copper. Obverse portrait of John F. Kennedy. Reverse, presidential seal, * designer, obverse Gilroy. Roberts. * designer, reverse, Frank Gasparo. Weight, 11.34 grams. Diameter, 30.6 millimeters. * Edge, REEDED. Mintage, 302,097,424. According to Wikipedia. Historical context: the Kennedy $half series was introduced in 1964 following the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The 1971 issue marked the first year the $half was struck with a clad composition. eliminating the silver content 90% silver in 1964. Then 40% silver from 1965 to 1970. Asterisk, the Denver Mint played a significant role in the production of these coins. Asterisk, have you ever held a piece of American history right in your palm, something so ordinary, yet so iconic that it tells a story stretching from tragedy to triumph? Today, we unravel the story of the 1970 1D Kennedy half-dollar coin, minted not in gold or silver, but in legacy. Its value isn't just in dollars, but in drama, patriotism, and the passion of a grieving nation. Asterisk, to understand the true power behind the 1970 1D Kennedy half-dollar, we have to rewind to November 22, 1963, a date etched into American memory forever. President John F. Kennedy, the youthful and charismatic 35th President of the United States, was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. Asterisk, just hours after his tragic death. Discussions began about how to immortalize him, and by December of that same year, less than a month later, Congress had approved the creation of a new coin to honor Kennedy's memory. The half-dollar denomination was chosen to replace the image of founding father Benjamin Franklin. And so, in 1964, the Kennedy half-dollar was born. Asterisk, but what makes 1971 such a pivotal year for this coin? Why 1971 is a turning point asterisk from 1964 to 1970. Kennedy half-dollars were made with 40% silver. They weren't pure silver, but they still held real precious metal content, making them popular among collectors and silver stackers alike. Asterisk, however, by 1971, the U.S. Mint removed silver from the coin entirely. Rising silver prices, economic, inflation, and hoarding tendencies made it impractical to continue minting coins with any silver. That's why the 1971D Kennedy half-dollar became the first of its kind made completely with copper-nickel-clad composition. Asterisk, it marked a new era. Coins became tools of commerce rather than stores of intrinsic value. This historical transition makes the 1971D issue more than just pocket change. It became a symbol of economic and political change in America. Asterisk. Mint mark matters. The D in Denver asterisk. Now let's talk about that small but crucial letter, the D mint mark. The 1970 1D Kennedy half-dollar was struck at the Denver Mint, which produced an astounding 302,097,424 coins in that year alone. Asterisk, that's right over 300 million coins. With such a large mintage, you might assume that these coins are common, worthless, and boring. As every coin collector knows, condition, errors, and demand change everything. Asterisk, while many of these coins circulated freely for decades, others were tucked away. Some unknowingly harboring minting errors or rare die varieties that have sent values into the thousands and even millions of dollars in top condition. Asterisk, circulated condition, the heartbeat of everyday America. Asterisk, let's be honest, not everyone has a coin that's in mint state. The majority of 1970 1D Kennedy half dollars we encounter today are in circulated condition. They've been passed from hand to hand through stores, banks, and maybe even soda machines back in the day. Asterisk.
But don't let the wear fool you. Asterisk, a circulated coin holds real stories, scratches, and wear. Those are battle scars from decades of economic activity. These coins were part of the living history of the 20th century Vietnam War protests, moon landings, Watergate, and disco. All while carrying the stoic image of John F. Kennedy across generations. Asterisk, even in circulated condition. Certain 197 1D halves can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially if they feature rare errors or fall into certain grading categories. Asterisk, now here's where things get exciting. Mint errors. Asterisk, even among the 300 million 1970 1D half dollars. A small number have glaring mistakes that slipped past the mint's quality control. These include asterisk double die Obverse, where Kennedy's profile and inscriptions appear duplicated. Asterisk off-center strikes, where the coin was improperly aligned during the press. Asterisk clipped blankets, where a section of the coin is literally missing from a misfed blank. Asterisk wrong blanket errors, extremely rare cases where the half-dollar design was struck on a different coin blank altogether. Asterisk some of these error coins, especially when authenticated by grading services like PCGS or NGC, have sold for up to $10,000 or more. And for pristine examples in near-perfect condition with no errors, some collectors have listed them for hundreds of thousands, even approaching the $1 million mark, especially in proof-like or high MS mint state conditions. Design elements: Kennedy's timeless profiles asterisk designed by Gilroy Roberts Obverse, and Frank Gasparo reverse the Kennedy. Half-dollar design has remained largely unchanged for over 60 years. The front features the powerful left-facing bust of President Kennedy. Representing resilience and idealism, the reverse displays the presidential seal, complete with the heraldic eagle, shield, and olive branch emblems of peace and strength asterisk even. In circulated condition, the artistry of this coin stands out. The details of Kennedy's hair, the stars around the eagle, and the balance of the layout reflect one of the most masterful coin designs in American numismatic history. Asterisk how to identify valuable examples. Asterisk want to know if your 197 1D Kennedy half dollar is worth more than 50 cents? Here's what to look for. Asterisk mint luster, a shimmering. Uncirculated shine, even in circulated coins, can indicate minimal handling. Asterisk strike sharpness. Strong details in Kennedy's hair and the eagle's wings. Asterisk die errors. Look closely at the Liberty and In God We Trust for any doubling or distortion. Asterisk weight. The official weight is 11.34 grams. Anything significantly different could signal a wrong blanket or fake. Asterisk professional grading. If you suspect your coin is special, getting it graded by PCGS or NGC can dramatically increase its market value. Asterisk collector demand and long-term value. Asterisk even though the 197 1D Kennedy half dollar had a huge mintage, the demand has remained surprisingly strong, especially from young collectors, Silver Era enthusiasts, and Kennedy memorabilia hunters. Asterisk numismatists consider this coin a must-have for full Kennedy half-dollar sets, especially for type sets that represent important transitions like the shift from silver to clad composition. Asterisk with every passing decade, high-grade or error examples become rarer as many get lost, damaged, or overlooked in circulation. Asterisk, that's why some of these coins, especially slabbed high-grade MS66 or MS67 examples, have sold for 5 figures at auction and are projected to increase further as demand rises and supply dwindles. Asterisk in a reflective tone. Asterisk, the 1971 D. Kennedy half dollar is more than just a coin. It's a political monument, a transitional artifact, and a testament to American resilience. Even in circulated condition, it tells a story no modern digital dollar ever could. Asterisk, it reminds us of a president lost too soon, of a nation determined to remember, and of a mint evolving through economic storms. Asterisk, so the next time you see a worn half dollar in your change jar or coin collection, look closer, because behind that copper nickel surface might just lie a $1 million story. Asterisk, let's rewind to 1963. President John F. Kennedy was tragically assassinated in Dallas, Texas. In honor of his legacy, the U.S. Mint quickly acted to design a new coin bearing his image. By early 1964, the Kennedy half dollar entered circulation, replacing the Franklin half dollar. Originally made with 90% silver, it immediately became a collector's item. People weren't just spending it, they were saving it to commemorate JFK. Asterisk, but fast forward to 1971 and things had drastically changed due to rising silver prices. The U.S. Mint stopped using silver entirely in circulating half dollars. That's right, the 1971 D. Kennedy half dollar was the first Denver minted half dollar, made from a copper nickel clad composition rather than silver, and that's where our story begins. Asterisk, now take a look at the design on the obverse front. We have a left-facing bust of President Kennedy designed by Gilroy Roberts. It's elegant, powerful, and deeply symbolic of American resilience and hope. Just beneath the neck is the engraving "In God We Trust," and arching above is the word "Liberty." To the right of Kennedy's neck, you'll find the date 1971 along, with a small D Mint mark below, signifying it was struck at the Denver Mint. Asterisk, flip it over to the reverse side, and you'll see the presidential seal designed by Frank Gasparo. An eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch symbolizing both war and peace. Surrounded by 50 stars below it, the denomination half dollar. This isn't just a coin, it's a miniature work of art. Asterisk, the Denver Mint produced over 300 million Kennedy half dollars in 1971. That's a massive number. So naturally, you might think they're all common, and you'd be right for the most part. Asterisk, but remember, we're not just talking about how many were made, we're talking about what condition they're in, whether they have errors, and if they've been preserved, even in circulated condition. Certain 1971 D. Kennedy half dollars can surprise you in the value department, and we're about to show you how. Asterisk, value and grading in circulated condition. The average 1971 D half dollar won't bring in a fortune. It might be worth around $1 to $2 just above face value due to collector interest. But hold on, don't toss it away yet. Asterisk, if your coin is in extremely fine or about uncirculated condition, the value increases. Some 1971 D half dollars in mint state MS65 and above have sold for $10 to $50, and that's just the beginning. Asterisk, enter the world of high-grade specimens. A 1971 D coin graded MS67 Plus by PCGS once sold for over $2. Zero at auction. Why? Because only a tiny fraction of coins survive in such pristine condition due to the mass, circulation, and storage methods of the time. So if you've got a shiny, sharp detailed coin with minimal wear, don't underestimate it. Asterisk, where errors and $1 million mysteries. Asterisk, here's where things get really interesting. Some error coins from 1971D have stunned collectors and fetched jaw-dropping prices. Asterisk the most famous? A 1971D Kennedy half-dollar mistakenly struck on a 40% silver placket, left over from the 1970 issue. Remember, 1971 was supposed to be the first year of full copper-nickel clad, but a few plankets from the previous silver production somehow made it into the presses. These coins have been authenticated and sold for up to $12,000. Asterisk even more shocking experts believe more of these transitional error coins could still be in circulation, hiding in old rolls, forgotten collections, or inherited jars of change. That's why every 1971D half-dollar deserves a closer look, especially if it feels heavier or has a different ring to it. So how do you know if your coin is special? Asterisk first, weigh it. A standard copper-nickel 1971D half-dollar weighs about 11.34 grams. If it weighs closer to 11.5 grams, it could be silver. Asterisk second, look at the edge of the coin. A regular clad coin will show a distinct copper line. If your coin lacks that reddish tint, it might be silver. Asterisk third, check for die errors like doubled letters, off-center strikes, or ray punch mint marks. These can add hundreds of dollars to the value depending on severity and condition. Asterisk so, the next time you come across a Kennedy half-dollar, especially one from 1971 with a D mint mark due, dismiss it. It might not be made of silver, but it's rich with history, potential value, and a chance to unlock a forgotten fortune. Asterisk.